Hello and welcome to Chronically Online, the video diary of a girl who spends way too much time on her phone. And Happy New Year! I wish I had like one of those, the buzzers where the soundboards where you press like the sound and it makes a sound, and I would have played like a celebratory sound. And if I had planned this in advance properly, I would have had the sound ready to do. But anyways, we're usually quite used to my podcast being quite, let me think of how I'm going to structure this properly. We're usually quite used to my podcast being very awkward sounding, but today it is even more awkward sounding because I've decided to start filming my podcast. So hi to those of you who choose to watch on YouTube, and then hi to people listening. Happy New Year. It is in fact January 8th. I keep saying that. It's January 7th, but I have decided that my new year will start on January 8th, just because I think the first week is like a buffer between 2023 and 2024. And like you finished 2023 and you made like this list of things you're going to do, and that's what I'm going to like speak about in this episode. But like, let's be honest, like definitely for me, during the first week of the year, I was at home. I wasn't at uni. I wasn't in my own space. I wasn't in my area. Like, I just couldn't like get into what I wanted to do, right? I mean, I probably could have. I was just lazy. I was with family. My mum was cooking all my meals. Like, I didn't have that drive to wake up in the morning at 6:30 and now go on a run. But I have that drive at uni. So, yeah. Happy New Year. New Year for me starts when you want it to start. If this week doesn't go well, then New Year starts the week afterwards. If that week doesn't go well, then New Year starts the week after that. And essentially, New Year's might as well just start I quite like using the Lunar New Year as the start of my New Year, because that's the start of February. I feel like by the start of February, I've like got shit together. Like I'm like ready to take on the world. But then that's also a lie. That usually actually doesn't happen. And I just lied for the fun of it. But you just have like that plan, like you have a plan in your head that you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and like usually like you don't do it. And if you do it, you're an inspiration to me, and I want to be you, and that is what I'm setting out to do this year. So I first wanted to say that I really enjoyed 2023. I had a lot of new experiences. I obviously had a gap year between third year and fourth year for various extenuating circumstances, and like taking that gap year was quite daunting. I literally thought that this was like the end of like my world and like my master plan, and like I had already decided that I'm gonna graduate in 2024 and I'm gonna graduate in 2023 and I'm gonna be over with school and blah blah blah, and well, like that just didn't happen. So I spent the end of 2022 trying to get used to like my new reality. Like, you're gonna be at home again. You're just a buffer year, really. And I'm actually like really glad that it happened now. I wasn't glad then. I'm happier about it now. I definitely had a lot of new experiences. Sorry, I'm looking up here because I always write my notes out. I actually wrote like what I was gonna say and like my list and stuff like that for this episode last month. I wrote on the 8th of December. I thought I was gonna record it before I left to go home for Christmas, and then I didn't, which is in true me fashion. But I'm actually gonna be a new person this year, a queen of productivity. But yeah, I did really enjoy my 2023 just for like so many like new experiences. Went on holiday with my family, which wasn't actually a new experience. Went on holiday with my friends, which also wasn't a new experience, but it was a slightly different set of friends. I went to Paris for Recess Paris. Even going to Recess was a new experience because that was like things that like everyone's doing, but I didn't think it would be my scene. And to be honest, I have fallen asleep at every recess I've been to. That's just like a me thing. That's something I'm gonna work on this year as well. But nonetheless, I really did enjoy them. Like, naps and all aside, And yeah, just new friendships, new relationships, experiencing different people. That was enjoyable. Also, working, like entering the workforce a little bit. That was actually kind of fun. Like getting to work as a community pharmacist was like an insight into my future, or insight into a future that I could possibly have. Also, doing more like I don't think I can actually call it corporate stuff, but I guess like corporate health stuff. Um, that was also quite interesting. Looking at policy and whatnot in healthcare, like going to Manchester for the first time, that was really sick. Definitely want to go back. But yeah, those are things that I enjoyed in 2023, and then things that I learned in 2023 were definitely things like how sometimes like it's so cringe. We're not cringing anymore, but it is so cringe. Like sometimes a setback is really just a step forward. Like things happen, like God has a divine plan though, or like there just is a divine plan in general. Like you can't be in control of everything, but the things you can be in control in, things you can be in control of, you can be in control of. But you just have to like, life goes on. Like there are literally gonna be so many times where things are gonna go wrong, and like wait, I need to think of a more positive spin on that. But yeah, I just learned that sometimes a setback, like you have to look at like the broader view of things, and sometimes you're gonna have a setback, and that setback is actually gonna be a step forward. I think if you like treat, or I know I'm going to, if I treat every setback now as like this is just something that's preparing me for something else that's coming, then maybe like better mental health, I guess. I don't know. Next, that you can't hate yourself into progress, which is like, yeah, so I think it's pretty straightforward that like if you want to get something done, you can't get it done out of fear. I think I don't know. I just feel like you have to be in a good place mentally to be able to get things done. And I think if you're harboring a lot of hate for yourself, then you can't get those certain things done. Like you're gonna like whatever it is, whether it's like revision, whether it's like your fitness journey, I personally think that the only way you can do that is by loving yourself, accepting yourself. And it's like, oh yeah, just love yourself, blah 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 blah. But like for reals, like it really does actually like work. It really does actually do wonders for yourself. Like just accept who you are, and like accept that this is who you are right now, like this is your reality currently. But that now doesn't mean that you can't be where you want to be, or you can't be better, or you can't be different. But you can't be different unless you've accepted yourself as you are there. Yeah. I mean, that's just like, I'm just spitting about how I feel. Like these are things that I'm planning on taking forward with me into next year. Oh, sorry, into this year. And then another thing is to get rid of insecurities, like you literally need to like limit the impact an insecurity has on you. Like there are so many things I don't like about myself. I think it's quite normal ish to like dislike things about yourself. Disliking yourself and disliking things about yourself, very different in my eyes anyways. But yeah, there are things that I don't like about myself. But then it's just kind of like you have to limit the impact that insecurity has on you. Like I'll think about something that I dislike. I don't know, like let's say like sometimes I don't like the way my mouth moves. I don't like the way my mouth moves when I'm speaking. And then I just think that, like, why would you even think about that? Like, you don't think that way about other people. And if you do think that way about other people, then you're mean and rude. And, like, you just have to, like, reverse gaslight yourself into literally thinking that, like, that's a stupid insecurity. Oh, like, when I say it out loud, the thought process isn't really processing how it was when I wrote this down, or how it is when I think about it. But for me, it just works that I want to reduce the impact that insecurities have on me. Like, it's not like, I know insecurities are like a factor of life. Like, you cannot just like will away an insecurity. But I think at the same time, you probably can. You just actually have to put the work into it, you know? Like, yeah. Why would you actually let something affect you. This is literally the next point. Like, why would you dwell on things? Like, why? Like, it's already negative. If you don't like it, change it. If you can't change it, accept it. Like, I don't know, easier said than done, of course, but like, it's only easier said than done because you're saying it's easier said than done. Like, if you just do it. I feel like I'm trying to motivate myself. I'm literally like trying to motivate myself for 2024. Like, as I'm saying this out loud, I'm thinking like, God, do you even believe this? But it's like, these are things that I've learned. Whether I'm actually putting them into practice is a different conversation. But I've learned this now. I've experienced certain things. I've spoken to certain people. And like, I really do love my friends. That's something I should have said that I've enjoyed. I love my friends. I love my family. Like, that squad. And having people around me that are like so smart, so loving, and yeah, that's something I enjoyed. Not sure what that has to do with learning things, but maybe like asking for help is something that I could learn to do more. Like, you don't really benefit from keeping everything inside, you know? And like, I understand like being by yourself or like keeping things to yourself, like you don't want to bother people, but then there are certain times where it's like you need to vent healthily. Like, I don't believe in like offloading 100% onto people, and by offloading 100% I just mean like, what's the word? I can't remember what the word is that I'm thinking of, but there's probably like one like therapized term that I'm supposed to be using. But like, I just think it's good to talk to friends. That's something I've learned, something I'll do more, because I think friends are helpful, and I love you guys. Sorry, that was so off track. Oh my God, it's so awkward like recording for the podcast, which already is like a really awkward thing. And like, imagine you can't even see me, so you can't even see how awkward like I feel recording and having to listen to myself back, and then actually like filming physically, because I want to become a vlogger. I really enjoy vlogging. I wanted to be a like music video director when I was younger, and seeing as that's like something I can't do now, I think I'm gonna vlog. I don't lead the most exciting life, definitely not. Just a student with exams and a budget, a tight one, so there will be no holidays, there will be no hauls, but I'm gonna try and have as much fun. Like, I just want to be able to like document my final year of uni, and then just document like the next stages and of my life for the most part, you know, because I watch a lot of vloggers. I am very voyeurist in that sense. I can like sit down, or not really like sit down. If I'm watching, like, I've got like a watch later of about 2,000 videos. I don't necessarily sit down and watch my watch later. I'll be like, tidy my room, and then I'll put a vlog on in the background, you know. And I really do enjoy it. I like watching vloggers of like girls who do stuff. Like, I can only watch so many like we're on holiday with the girls vlogs, and I can only watch so many like what's the like not get ready with me, maintenance vlogs. I can only watch so many maintenance vlogs. I like them. I really like seeing people get their nails done. It gives me so many ideas. Also, look at my nails. They're growing out. I don't know why my nail artist does this to me. Like, sometimes I'll get my nails, like, I'll get infills, and my infills already will look like grown out. Like, these are grown out, like, a week or two, but they kind of looked like this when I immediately got them. But yeah, and I have really ugly fingers. Wait, let me put that away. But I really enjoy watching vloggers. Like, I love watching vlogs of like girls with like real jobs. I don't know how to phrase that properly. Like, not to say that like being a full-time influencer or content creator isn't a real job. I just mean more so I started watching this girl called Leandra Yomo, and she is in New York. She does law, so she took us through like her law school, then she took us through like the prep for her bar exam, and like it's just so exciting to me. I think maybe that's just because of the stage in life where I'm at, where I am in my final year of not law school but in pharmacy school. And then from here, I'm going to move on to another stage where I'm still working and studying and stuff. And then from there, move on to a real job and yada, yada, yada. I think watching someone do that is motivating. Is that voyeurist? I don't really know. But that is just like, that is things that I enjoy doing. And it's another thing that I've learned to like rejig my like media consumption. I only really want to like watch things, read things that I can learn from. And I don't mean in like a self-helpy way, and like life should never be about enjoyment. Like everything you should do should be about making yourself a better person, like reading self-help books and stuff like that. Because I don't think I actually can read a self-help book, only because I don't know, I think I find them cringe. I know like they're actually not cringe, actually probably really helpful, and I would probably benefit from reading one, but it just feels I don't think I've seen one. I don't think I've seen people talk about one that I think could actually help me. But that is something that I could learn to do this year in 2024. With like I'm trying to like limit my screen time. I've learned that my phone is a problem. It's been tough accepting it, but my phone is in fact a big problem. So just trying to if I am spending hours online, being chronically online, I want to make sure that the things that I'm watching and the things that I'm reading are still like food for the soul. Pun intended, because I still do watch like a lot of K-pop stuff, a lot, but that is food for my soul. Like even when like me and my friends were talking about our TikTok algorithms, and I got one friend who said she's on like wedding TikTok, another friend who said like she's on like DIY TikTok. I'm thinking my TikTok homepage, I don't even want to like dive into it, but my TikTok homepage is really me. I feel like For You page is really me. Even my YouTube homepage, I feel like homepages are like the key to your soul, windows to your soul, like the eyes. I feel like that's the phrase. But like your explore page, you know, like how like girls say, oh yeah, guys' explore page says so much about them. I thought they were joking. I thought we were exaggerating, but your explore page does say a lot about you. And I feel like I want my like media that I consume and stuff like that to reflect me. Obviously, like K-pop doesn't reflect me, so this is a bit of a like tangent now, and this like it's such an obsession, isn't it? That's also something that I've decided to work on. We gotta let go of the obsessions. Pick better obsessions, maybe. More fruitful obsessions. Why am I not obsessed with reading? But I'm obsessed with NCT. Like, come on, man. Come on. We gotta do better this year. This year I'm gonna be a better person. I swear. Yeah, so how did I even... Anyways, next point. Another thing that I've learned is that I'm like the maker of my own destiny. This is something that my mum has said to me many times, but like, I think I'm a very negative person, unfortunately. Nary a positive thing or a smile comes out of my mouth. Yeah. But that's something that I am working on this year. Like, everything is actually in my hands. And it's a bit irritating to think about that, like, yeah, like, this is me. Like, this is my life. I don't even get a redo. Like, this is my life. Like, every single day, every choice I make, I'm shaping my future. I don't like it. I don't really like the sound of that. It's a bit too much work for a girl. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. It's a bit too much work for me. But it's something I've had to accept. Everything I do needs to be, I don't know, like, not needs to be towards being a better me, but if I'm gonna be positive, I need to be positive. Let's think about what we're really trying to say here. everything is in my hands, essentially. Like, as haunting as it is, it's still pretty amazing. Like, you can customize your own character, you can get French curls, you can cut your hair, you can choose to wake up at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning to revise. Amen. Because that's what I'm going to do. I can rewrite my plot, I can redirect it, I can cut characters out, bring new extras in whenever I want. And, like, it is literally up to me. Like, there's no point, like, complaining about the way life is, or, like, purposely doing things that would be against, like, what I want life to be like. Like, I've heard so many times, I've watched so many, like, how to make 2024 your year videos, and everyone literally says the same thing, like, why are you still doing things that don't serve you? And, well, I don't want to say that it's cringe, because I need to start saying things are cringe, but they're right. Like, of course, why would you keep doing, like, it's madness. Why would you keep doing things that you know are bad for you and being surprised when things don't change? Silly. Which brings me on to my next point about how shit doesn't work unless you do. Nothing will work unless I do. Like, literally, I already know that, or I used to have the dream. I'm not really too sure. When I think about my future, I can't think too far ahead, just because, you know, life can throw me for a whirlwind. Well, so I don't know if that's actually how the phrase is supposed to be said, but, like, life can come, life can go. Life is like, I can't plan for every single moment, but what I can do is just work towards things, be the best person, show up every day as the best person I can be, right? Right? Like, things literally will not work unless I do. I know that I wanted to have a creative corporate job. I don't know what that really would entail. When I say it, I just think about Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. I actually haven't watched Sex and the City, so I don't know what her job really was, but that is on my list of, that's on my to watch list this year. But as far as I know about her, I watched Carrie Diaries and I really loved that, and she was a fashion intern, yes, and that's been, like, my dream job since I was, like, 6 years old, along with being a music video director. And she just walks around New York with her nice little, like, vintage Dior dress with a matching Dior bag, and she's hailing a taxi, and yeah, and she got that life because she worked for it and stuff like that. Sorry, that's where I was going with this. And that's the same, like, for me, if I want to get something, if I want to have that creative job, I have to build my knowledge, I have to read more, I have to, like, watch more, I have to speak to more people, I have to have more experiences, like, go to places, leave the house, get things done, build more connections, do more research. And the same applies for pharmacy, because I have to be a bit more realistic. I can't just, like, wake up one morning and land in that creative corporate job in New York. But I do know that I've got advanced drug discovery exams next Monday that I can work towards, and that's what I'm working, because I still also kind of want to work in, like, big pharma, but, like, yeah, I don't know. We're just going to see where this year takes us. We're on to pre-reg next, and we're just taking every step as it goes, because that is my next step for next year, is to slow down and think more. Because I do have a habit of just, like, like, all guns blazing, just moving straight ahead, not really, like, taking time to, like, reflect on things that are happening, being grateful on things that are happening, thinking about, like, whether this situation is even a good situation in the first place. But yeah, just to slow down, to think, how does something benefit me? And not that you want, like, you don't want, like, every friendship to be like, how does this person benefit me? But, like, how does this person benefit me? Like, if we're, like, meeting up or we don't meet up, or we're speaking or we don't speak, and if we do speak, it's not of, like, substance. And by not of substance, I don't mean that, like, we have to, like, talk about the meaning of life and, like, did the Big Bang really happen, you know? But it's just, is it a friendship of substance? Is this a person that you can, like, pardon me, not a person that you need to go to in your darkest times, but, like, low-key, can you, like, pardon me again, can you, like, if you need to, can you go to that person? I don't know. that's just another thing that, like, had to get rid of some friends, get some new ones, and yeah, just rejig the whole system, which is quite interesting. Don't really want to speak about it. What else did I learn, or what did I enjoy? I learned how to start running again. Like, I'm talking like pandemic, like lockdown running. Like, there was that really weird time where everyone downloaded the Nike Run app and we all started running in 2020 because you could only leave the house for 30 minutes a day. So my 30 minutes would be a 30-minute run. And it was actually quite, like, rewarding. I don't know why I didn't stick with it after lockdown, but I guess, like, it was cold, like, in the winter time, and I didn't really enjoy running then, and I got into, like, home workouts a bit more. Oh wait, no, after lockdown I think the gym opened back up, so yeah, I was on my gym grind, and then yeah, it just wasn't feeling. Anyways, what I was saying was that I've really started running again. I started watching more running YouTubers. Like, I really got into Natasha Ocean when I was trying to, like, rejig, like, my gym routine whilst I was at home. So then I found her, and she liked running, and then Holly B Fitness as well, and she's, like, really into running. Like, I kind of want to buy, like, the Strong Girl guides, but then I've kind of got my own routine now. But anyways, I really enjoy running, and I'm thinking about training for a marathon. Don't really know what marathon, whatever everyone else decides to do. I think everyone has decided to start running. I don't know, like, it's just felt like, you know, like, we just, like, everything about life is like a cycle, right? Like, everything comes and it goes, like, oscillates or whatever. I think running is this year's exercise trend. Last year, I think maybe it was last 2 years, we were still in, like, the Pilates phase and, like, low intensity. I think before that it was, like, crazy HIIT, crazy muscle atrophy, like, wait, no, sorry, not atrophy, hypertrophy, crazy muscle hypertrophy, like, build your glutes, build your back, deadlift, squats, and all of that. But now, I think everyone's kind of into running. I think it's something that's really going to be in this year, and I really enjoy it myself. So yeah, might train for a marathon. And it was really nice, like, it was really nice actually watching loads of female YouTubers who run, because I remember, like, the, like, exercise influencer scene was kind of, like, it's a bit weird. Like, it still is actually kind of, like, weird. Like, I feel like it was very appearance based, very aesthetics based, like, build your glutes, buy this guide, do this, get abs, blah, blah. But, like, now I feel like it's very much so about just girly pops wanting to be more fit, trying out new things, working on running for your mental health and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that, like, being able to, like, pick up tips on how to run better, and then, like, actually following them and actually running better has been amazing. My only thing is that I would really like to watch more black girls run and more black girl fitness influencers. I think I actually, like, watch one I subscribe to. I can't remember what her name is, but I feel like her name is Talia, but I'm lying. But yeah, you subscribe to one and you find more. And I've really enjoyed that part of, like, once again, rejigging my media landscape. Just because it's not like I can't learn anything from anyone else. It's more so when I see a girl that looks like me, it's representation at the end of the day. She might even give me a tip on how to look after my scalp and look after my braids whilst I'm sweating and running. Like, that's just stuff that matters to me personally. But that is how my 2023 went and how I plan on moving forward with my 2024. I wanted to make, like, a mood board, and, like, I've got the Pinterest board, like, up, and I keep adding all of those pretty pictures, but now I realise I'm not a mood boarder. It's, like, it's aesthetically pleasing, it serves as a good background, but in the long term, or, like, is it something that I'm going to keep going back to, like, motivate me? I don't know, I don't think my brain, like, makes that, like, registers the mood board as like these are your goals. I think it just looks at it as something that's like really pretty, but that's on me, and maybe that's something that I should work on. I think I will make one because I've watched a lot of like 2024 reset videos, and everyone has sold mood boards amazingly well. I don't know if everyone's being paid by Canva to do this, but they have sold it pretty well. I think the best tip that I've heard was like, when you're like using these pictures, don't use pictures of someone, use pictures of their, like, from their point of view, so you can see it as your point of view. And then like apparently your brain doesn't know the difference between like the future and the present, which when people were saying it, I was thinking that doesn't sound real. But anyways, to use pictures of like someone holding the keys, but it's not them holding the keys, it's them holding the keys, like it's from their point of view, and you're supposed to use that because that's going to help you envision yourself being in that space, in that area. So yeah, I think, do I want to speak about my goals? I mean, I don't really have that many goals for next year. I think that's also for this year, sorry. I think that's also why I couldn't really do a mood board. Like, graduation, I want to graduate, that's a goal, but it's not even a goal, it's a must. If I don't graduate this year, there is no if. Like, I will graduate, but that's something I put on my mood board, definitely. Something I want to do that couldn't be mood boarded is that I want to clear out my like iCloud and my Google Drive, because I'm sick and tired of like paying £5 a month basically for storage. Like, do I need to just like print out all of these pictures and just like have them in like a folder? Maybe. Will all of these pictures be like random screenshots of like my Spotify day list names? Then yeah. So it's probably something I just need to clear out. Like iCloud taking like £3.99 a month from me. Google taking £1.59. Like, it's my fault actually. Like, I can't even blame them for being greedy companies. Like, I am a hoarder by nature. Something I'm going to work on. Definitely need to clear out my camera roll. Definitely need to clear out my camera roll. Especially if I want to start vlogging. It's more of an incentive. Like, I can't vlog if I don't clear out my camera roll. I am trying to like clear out all of my videos from concerts, right? And I moved all of my... What was the biggest concert? My Beyonce videos. It was only like 70 clips, right? And I think it amassed to like 1 hour worth of footage. The concert was like 3 hours long, and like, trust me, I wasn't the type of person where I'm like sat there with my phone. I'm just looking directly at my phone. Like, I was having this time. I was living. Concerts are definitely something that I really enjoyed last year, and I want to do like more so of this year. But I've damn near seen everyone that I wanted to see. So, which is good for my bank account. I think I spent like nearly like £1,000, probably more, on tickets for concerts. But they were literally like, at the time, the best day of my life. So experiences, man, like, you can't quantify them. You can't put a price tag on them. I've spent unreasonable amounts on tickets. So I do want to get better. I do want to get better with my money management, better consumption, more mindful, more intentional spending. Yes. Like, for Christmas, I got money. Of course, I indulged in some New Year's and Boxing Day sales, but I went into there more so thinking, this is cheap, yes, but do I need this? Do I have space for this? My wardrobe, I don't have space for it. But even if I don't have space for it, can I make space for it if I get rid of something else? I'm unlikely to get rid of something else. But more so, just shopping with more so of an intention. Like, am I buying this because it's in trend? Am I buying it because I really like it? Will I wear it next year? Will I wear it tomorrow? Like, what are you buying it for, an event, or are you buying it for life? Those are the type of things that I'm trying to do now when I shop, and that does include like, I don't know what it is about shopping. It's just such a dopamine rush. Like, not even just buying clothes, literally buying concert tickets. Like, sometimes I would think, I'll be like, oh, I really want to see this person. But to be fair, prices definitely, like, being broke definitely will make you shop intentionally, because sometimes I'll be wanting to see someone and it'll be like £80 in the shittiest venue you could ever think of, and that's just a tangent on how, like, we're being scammed in the concert lover community. But even grocery shopping, I realized that I had like a grocery shopping addiction. Like, I wasn't buying clothes. I was generally like, I'd be on Instagram, I'd see a recipe, I would go to Sainsbury's and I would buy everything for that recipe. And I would eat it, I would cook it, I would love it. But that's not sustainable. It's not something I could do weekly or, intention. Mindfulness. Mindful consumption. Definitely mindful consumption. Because even with food, like, I want to eat way, way, way less fast food this year. And I don't even think I can't really say I don't eat much fast food. But, like, stop, like, snacking, like, mindlessly. Like, just think, stop and think, slow down and think. Big theme for 2024. What else? My phone being a problem, definitely. Like I said, I want to become a queen of productivity. I'm recording this at 10:15. I want to be in bed, asleep by 11 o'clock, so I can wake up at 6 tomorrow. Should I be aiming for a few more hours of sleep? Probably. I'm like, you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm tired, but I have things to do. And it's just like, I've started to realize how I work best, and I can't, like, work against myself. Like, I know my system. I know I know how I work. So I have to work towards that, and there are certain things I have to do, certain sacrifices you have to make. Does this thing serve you? Does being on TikTok right now serve you? No, it doesn't. Turn off the app. And, like, being able to, like, have that, like, switch and listen to it and, like, move on is something I'm working on. Mostly the way I've done that is by, like, having, like, Flora on my phone. Like, I feel so GCSE, but it's literally my sister that put me onto this. When you're working, to put your Flora on. I don't even treat it as the Pomodoro. It's in, like, 25 minutes of work, 15-minute break. I can't really, like, work that way. I literally have to, like, start this task and finish it. And you can't use your phone in the meantime. Like, your phone is actually a problem. It's... What a shame. What a shame. And it's killing the children. Anyways. Another thing is consistency. Definitely. I don't think I've ever really been consistent with anything in life. I'm probably lying. Like, there probably are things I'm consistent in, but nothing that feels quite... Nothing... come on now. Am I consistent? With something. I don't know. Not anything off the top of my head. Maybe, like, working out. But even at that, I haven't been to the gym in quite some time. So maybe, anyways, that's such a sidebar. But consistency, like, I want to get into, like, good patterns of studying. I want to get into good patterns of reading. I want to become an extracurricular reader. It's been a while. I think last year I read 2 books. Last year I read 2 books. And there's really no excuse for that. I was literally at home. But it's only because I find, like... finding a good book, like, what I'm about to say is going to be a lie. I was going to say that finding a good book is, like, generally, is not genuinely hard, but, like, last year was definitely a bit hard. Like, I tried reading a Colleen Hoover book, and I went into this knowing that the book was going to be bad, and it was, and I was annoyed, and I couldn't read again. That's literally what it was. Someone recommended me a book, I didn't like it, put me off, couldn't read for the rest of the year. That's a shitty excuse, but, this year, I'm definitely going to work on it. I've got, like, my Notion page set up for my to read books. I've also got, like, to watch films and documentaries and TV shows. I really want to, like, improve my knowledge of fashion, of course, always. So just trying to read more, watch more, become a bit more artsy and insufferable is the plan, to be honest. And then also I want to be, like, just happier in general. So stop doing things that make me unhappy. Stop thinking things that make me unhappy. Like, literally, like, I worked on, like, if I have, like, a negative thought, or, like, I think about a situation that made me unhappy, I just be like, no. Why would you think about that? Exactly. Once again, like I said earlier, the getting rid of insecurities. Why would you think of that? Like, why would you think about that? No. Be happy. Like, don't waste your brain cells. Do something better with your brain. Another thing is not cringing. I'm really trying to work on it. Not cringing. It's hard. But just like, I saw a tweet where someone was like, Twitter's always what a great start to any story. I mean, I saw a tweet that was like, happiness is on the other side of shame. Like, not even like, are cringing and shame like the same thing? I don't know, but like, the fear of doing something out of being seen or being perceived in a negative way, like, why? Like, why would you even have that fear all the time? Like, why would you want to live like that? Like, that's clearly not making you happy, so like, don't. Someone else also said that like, you wouldn't see an NBA player like hating on a D1 player, or see a D1 player hating on someone else who's playing basketball. Like, no, like, people where you want to be or doing what you want to do wouldn't hate on you for trying to do the same, right? So like, yeah, why would you have those thoughts about yourself or think that someone would do that when you're not even doing it to other people? Like, happiness is all a mind game. But yeah, because I'm coming up to the 45-minute mark, I should shut up and put my phone down and go to sleep. But to sum up, I did really enjoy my 2023. Met some great people, did some great things, had some great fun, and I'm really looking forward to 2024. I sometimes keep saying 2014 because I'm like dead serious. Like, this is another thing. Like, I'm very serious about my ins and outs list, and it's quite a long ins and outs list, so I'm not even going to go into it. If you follow me on Twitter, however, you would have seen it. But I definitely think that this year, it just has a certain vibe of 2014. And I don't mean that... Oh! Quick photo booth to resume. Sorry. I don't mean this in the sense that, like, we should be weeding out, like, the Effie Stoneham edits and, like, all rewatching, like, Skins and AHS again. But just in 2014, just had that, like... Jenny said quack. I don't know what it is about it. Mind you, I had only just turned 13, so I don't even know what I'm like reminiscing about. But it just had a certain energy that I definitely think can make a comeback. Even like in terms of aesthetics as well, I definitely think like 2014's aesthetics will be back. That's something that's definitely on my list. Also, FX, please, I know literally like none of you are listening to me, but I just want an FX 15-year anniversary comeback. That's all I ask for in my heart. I also think, along with 2014, I think bootcut jeans can make a comeback. Definitely. I want to listen to more indie music. I want to listen to more black women, and I say this every year, and I actually do it every year. But more so in the indie genre. Like, I've done it in pop, we've done it in rap. Like, I would say I hardly listen to men anymore, but like, I am a K-pop fan at the end of the day. And I am quite partial to a boy group. I'm not saying that I don't like girl groups, because I do. I love myself a good girl group. Shout out to Espa. But I do like boy groups. I think, do I listen to more boy groups or girl groups? I think in a broader sense, I listen to more. Sorry, this literally doesn't matter. Sorry, this literally doesn't matter. I want to make more Nigerian food. That's another big thing that's on my ins. Like, just getting to my roots. Yeah. Just because I just realised if I like to eat something, I should learn to make it, right? I remember my mum told me that when I was young, and I was like, no, mum, like, there's going to be Nigerian takeaway when I'm older. And I was right. Shout out to Tasties. There are Nigerian takeaways. But now I kind of, like, want to make things myself. Maybe it's because I'm, like, oil phobic, and I would like to reduce some of the oil content and just make things a bit more like whole foody. I follow this lady, Eat With Afia, on socials, and she makes like West African food, but like in a vegan way. I'm not necessarily vegan, but I am doing veganuary as a vegetarian because I couldn't give up my protein powders. Yeah, but yeah, that's just all about the like mindful consumption and better intention. Like everything I want to do next year. Sorry, because I like need to shut up. I went on such a tangent again. Imagine going on a tangent when you're trying to get rid of a tangent that you just went on, right? Anyways, but yeah, I'm very excited for 2023. I hope that this year is very rewarding for me as well as it is for you watching and listening. Like this is the year. This is a year. Sorry. This is a year of grace and glory, right? Like, and it's going to be a good one for me and for you. So thank you so much for listening to Chronically Online, the voice diary of a girl. This spends way too much time on her phone. Oh, maximum recording is 60 minutes. Keep an eye on the clock. Okay, cool. Yeah. I just want to say I've really enjoyed actually starting the podcast. Like, I think this is something that I've had in mind for a very long time. Like, it does actually feel like a voice. Like, it is like a diary. Like, I just have so much going on in my head. And I feel like subjecting people to my thoughts. So I'm very happy that you clicked on this video and this recording. And yeah, I hope you find it fine. I hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic 2024. And I hope that like the sounds picked up. I've never recorded like this before. I usually use voice notes, but my sister said to use tangent again. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to Chronically Online. I'll be back soon with another very Chronically Online like subject. What do I want to do next? Do I want to dive into ins and outs? Or I don't know, I have a long list of like rubbish I can chat about. I'm just a yapper. So yeah, thank you for listening. Bye bye.